Hey, welcome to our webinar for today. We are looking at the topic of AI traffic is coming for dentists, how to prepare your online visibility without the panic. Today, I'm going to share why this webinar is important to you, why you should listen, why you should spend the time digesting this information. Then we're going to jump into what's changing in online search and how it's going to affect dental clinics. Next, we're going to look at what AI, artificial intelligence, means for dental practices related to marketing. Then we're going to look at why the sky isn't falling. And I'm going to share some data with you. We're going to talk about how to prepare for AI search. And then we're going to talk about what not to do, the things to avoid so that you don't negatively impact your online search and attraction of new patients. We're going to look at a practical action plan for dental practices. We're going to look at key takeaways, and then I'm going to take some time to answer any questions you might have and provide next steps and resources. So let's jump right in. First of all, let me provide a quick introduction of who I am. My name is Ian Cantle, and I am the founder and president of Dental Marketing Heroes, a dental marketing agency that focuses on strategy first and expert implementation. So when you get all of those working together, you actually create a marketing engine for your dental practice with reliable results. I'm an author of the second edition of Content Marketing for Local Search, How to Create Content That Google Loves and Prospects Devour. And we spent a lot of time actually updating this particular book with AI guidance. So how to help dental practices and small businesses really get their content marketing moving forward in a way that's going to help them show up in front of their ideal clients and patients. I'm a weekly podcaster on the Marketing Guides for Small Business podcast. I have over 20 years of marketing experience, especially related to small businesses, medical practices, and dentists and orthodontists. I have lots of certifications. I'm not going to jump into those, but you can see some of them on the bottom of the screen there. I'm a certified master duct tape marketing consultant. What this means is duct tape marketing is not about selling duct tape. It's not about marketing it. It's actually it's from a book. It's from an author, John Jantsch, who wrote a book called Duct Tape Marketing, the most practical marketing system in the world. And it's a proven marketing system for small businesses. And so I'm a certified consultant in that. I help businesses get their systematic approach to marketing going for their dental practice. And I've shown our clients extremely high return on investment. And that's the most important thing to me because I love to help dental practices thrive in a competitive marketplace. Now, why this webinar matters to you? AI traffic is coming. It's really important that you understand that. You've probably heard a lot of buzz about this. In fact, you might be a ChatGPT user, a Claude user, a Google Gemini user, or one of the other tools out there. And you might have started to experience the power of AI in finding information. So AI traffic is coming. There's so much buzz about this in the industry. It's actually a little deafening for those of you that are trying to figure out your way through this. Today is going to be super helpful for you. So we will be jumping into that. Next, we'll talk about, or why this also matters to you, is how to prepare your online visibility without the panic. There is no need to panic. And you'll see that through this webinar. And then lastly, how to focus on what drives new patients today and prepare for the future as well. And so I think those are the biggest motivating factors for why you should stay and listen to this webinar, digest it. It will be extremely valuable to you and to your dental practice for today, but also for the future. So what's changing in search? You've heard the buzz. I talked a little bit about that. AI assistants or AI answer engines. There's lots of different terminology. In fact, there's more AI acronyms showing up every single day that it's often confusing to people. And experts keep creating new AI search assistant acronyms all the time. So don't get boggled by the acronyms, but all you need to understand as a consumer, but also as a business owner in the dental space, is that AI assistants, AI search engines are becoming more and more part of the daily search behavior of consumers. And that's why it's going to affect you. It's affecting lots of businesses already, but I'll share some up to date, just ran the reports yesterday, up to date reports on real life AI search results and how it compares to SEO at this time. Also, less focus on blue links and more on AI answers. So if you do any Google searches and you see the Gemini results at the top, they are AI answer results. Oftentimes, now they didn't always start out being great answers to questions, but over time, Google's gotten better at this. And oftentimes, I'm finding, and more people are finding, that those AI answers provide the actual answer that you're looking for. So instead of typing in a search and Google showing you all of the organic results, it's also providing a summary at the top and recommended links in that summary. And so, as you can imagine, it's super important to continue to show up in organic search, and I'll share why in a little bit. But it's also super important to show up in those AI summaries. So, this presents new opportunities for visibility and new competitive risks for you as a dental practice. Regardless of where you're showing up in organic traffic right now, all of this plays a very big part in the future of attracting new patients in the future. What this means for dental practices right now: one, quick answers, not just web links. So you need to make sure that you are providing answers to people's questions, to patients' questions, so that when somebody types that in, Google, as they're crawling websites and finding the answers and proposing the answers, Google doesn't make stuff up. The answer engines, the AI, are creating answers, but they're pulling it from somewhere. And so it behooves you as a business, as a dental practice, to provide those answers to Google and to your prospective patients in order for them to find the answers. This will actually help them in their buyer's journey in choosing you as a dental practice over their competition, over your competition. So that's super important. Practices must prepare for change right now. The AI is moving very fast. Consumer behavior is moving very fast. We see this in some very large information focused industries. Now, local businesses are a little bit different. And again, I'll share some case studies with you, but you need to prepare for this right now. Do not wait. In fact, if you've been waiting to do SEO, you are behind the curve and you really need to jump on this very quickly. So hopefully I've emphasized that enough. But this also presents new visibility opportunities because it's a little bit like uncharted water. It's a little bit like a new promised land in that this is a whole new space on search or on the AI platforms that is really just evolving very quickly. And so there's new opportunities and there's new things that you need to add to your current SEO strategy in order to help you show up there. So let me share why the sky isn't falling. Man, I can't tell you the number of articles, blog posts, social posts, podcasts where people are crying out that the sky is falling, that AI is taking over organic search, and that businesses will be greatly affected by this. And while that might be true in the future, we don't really know. And I think we need to take that approach. Trusted local info still matters. As I mentioned, a lot of information-based businesses that were basically selling information or trying to be the trusted source of information, they still need to do that, but they also need to do that on AI. Likewise, as a trusted local business who you want to be shown as the authority in your space, especially if it's a highly competitive environment. I'm in a town with over 23 dentists, and we're not a huge town. And so it's a very competitive environment. And when people are looking for new dentists, organic search plays a very large part. And by organic search, I don't just mean does your website show up at the top of the listings? Absolutely super important. You need to dominate that space. But secondly, you need to dominate the map listings. And map listings are even more important when we start to talk about how you show up in AI search engines. So, Google Business Profile, your Google Business Profile is actually one of the feeders into many of the AI engines, especially Google Gemini. As you can imagine, Google loves Google. So, if you're not showing up well on organic search, you're not showing up on map listings very well. You don't have a strong Google Business Profile presence. If you don't have great number of reviews or a great review velocity of growth, and your overall rating isn't great, you are going to suffer in AI answer engines as much as you do in organic search. So it's all part of a cohesive object, so to speak. SEO has always been like a 3D object where you need to turn it around in multiple areas because there's multiple facets of it that you need to understand in order to perform well in your local market. It's We have now added a whole other facet called AI answer engines. And organic search isn't vanishing at all. And I'll share that data shortly. But it's coming that AI is taking over more and more of this. And again, as I said, it's evolving. We don't even know how it's going or where it's going to go. Futurists love to talk about it, but we are in the day to day of this. And so we can tell you what's happening right now. Now, practices can thrive with clarity and authority. A lot of what helps you rank today on SEO, on organic search results, will ultimately help you rank on answer engines, AI answer engines. And so, those best practices of SEO that I've been preaching for over 10 years are still as relevant today and needed to help you rank well on SEO and rank well on AI answer engines. And if I can give you some advice, the very best thing you can do is to show up and dominate every single area of a search result. So that's organic listings, that's the map listings, that's the advertising that shows up there, and on the answer engines as well. Now, it's coming, but it's not here yet. So let's look at a few real life results. I ran these reports just the other day and it will provide a good idea for you what's happening right now with AI traffic for local businesses like yours, just like yours. And let's take a look at this. So hopefully it's not too small for you to see, but this is a pretty impressive looking chart. The trajectory is quite high. It's growing at a really steady pace, but stair stepping, and it looks significant. This is, what a lot of people are saying is why the sky is falling is, man, look at that growth. And this is just looking at the number of sessions on a local business's website over the past year. And this is the AI traffic. So this is the traffic from AI engines. Started at nothing. And now, as you can see, it's pretty high. But is it? This is the actual numbers for this website. And as you can see, the number of AI sessions this last month was 58. The number of total sessions to this website over the last month, and this is for a dental practice, was almost 11,000. So it puts it into perspective. And so if I had actually showed you the total traffic and then the AI traffic would hardly show up on that graph. So as a percentage, the AI traffic makes up less than 1% of all the traffic to this website. And you can see next to that, it just shows the source of that AI traffic. And right now for this website, most of that comes from ChatGPT and a bit of it from Perplexity. So let's look at another example. Again, real life example of a dental practice. You can see, again, this one's actually growing at a faster rate, it looks like. But again, let's look at the percentage of the total. This is a smaller practice. It's generating about almost 2,500 visits per month. 12 sessions in the last month came from AI. Again, almost the same as the other dental practice, less than just over 0.5%, right? Of overall traffic. So nothing to worry about at this point. People's behavior is what's the most important thing to take away from this. Is it dramatically changing people's behavior for finding local dentists and local businesses in general? And the answer is not yet. Here's another example. This is a local business. Again, you can see some pretty big fluctuations in AI traffic. It was growing, then it diminished, now it's growing again. But what is this one? So again, this one's a smaller business, but again, we are doing great amount of work in this, and we're generating over 2,000 visits to their website a month, which is fantastic. You can actually see that all of these are growing month over month, but this one got 25 AI sessions. This one, interestingly enough, did break the 1% in AI percentage of AI traffic to the website. So is that significant? Not at all. And as you can see, again, the breakdown, most of it comes from ChatGPT. So what does this tell you? This tells you that the traffic that is coming to all three of these websites is not significantly impacted by AI engines at this point. In fact, it's so small that I would venture to say that these companies, these businesses, these dental practices should not in any way put a massive amount of investment, marketing investment into AI right now, but they should be investing in it because it is a future trend. But they should not ignore what is actually driving all this traffic, and that is organic search. It's SEO and some of the other traditional strategies. Hopefully that meant something to you. Hopefully it wasn't gobbledygook. I tried to bring it down into understandable terms. But how do you, as a dental practice owner or office manager, prepare for AI search? There's three key things. Keep your website up to date. And by up to date, I don't mean stagnant. We have come across businesses who reach out to us and they're like, hey, I think my website's good enough. And down at the bottom of the website, you can see it wasn't updated since 2015. And you can tell just by looking at it, it's very stale. And it's not designed to attract, engage, and convert visitors into patients. So you need to keep your website up to date. You need to be creating content continuously. Content is the fuel that runs all of SEO. It's the fuel that attracts people and positions you as an authority in your space on SEO, search engines, and on AI answer engines. Number two, you need to own and optimize your local listings. And by that, I would start with Google Business Profile. Google Business Profile is a direct link between your business and Google. They have created this. They want you to show up in that local listing on that business profile, and they want you to be generating reviews, real reviews that tell people what it's like to be a patient in your practice. And that's why you need to have a review strategy. That's why you need to, first of all, create, if you haven't already, a Google Business Profile, verify it, claim it, optimize it to the max. I see so many dental practices that aren't optimizing and haven't optimized their Google Business Profile. These are levers that Google is giving you to help you show up more and more for when people are searching for a dentist in your area. So if you are not optimizing that platform, then you are leaving money on the table and new patients are going somewhere else. So that's super important. And then there's other local listings, directory citations. Google Business Profile isn't the only one that you need to be showing up on. In fact, there are some AI answer engines that don't pull from Google, and they're pulling from things like Apple Maps, Bing Maps, just some of the other platforms. And so part of your strategy, especially if you hire a dental marketing agency, should be to get on all of these. And we are equipped to do that. We have the systems and the platforms to do that really effectively and efficiently. And finally, number three, you need to be building authority with reviews. I talked about reviews already, but you need to have a strategy for that. Statistics show that only 6% of patients and consumers leave reviews if they are not asked. It's because people very quickly switch mental boxes when they leave your practice. And so we as practice owners need to be strategic in how we ask. We need to be consistent in how we ask, and we need to ask. And that means everything from asking for a review at the point of purchase. So when a patient is leaving, when they're paying, your staff, your front desk staff should be asking, how was your treatment or how was your visit today? And if they are responding in a positive manner, then the next response from your team should be fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that. Hey, would you mind sharing that experience with people through a Google review? It will greatly help us to attract other great patients just like you. So you have said some very complimentary things to the person. You are requesting it. And if you're super smart, you'll also have a QR code or a tap where they can basically tap their phone or take a quick QR code scan of it, of the code, and it will take them directly to the Google review profile, which is fantastic. And then you should have follow-up mechanisms. You can text or email people to request a Google review. And of course, thank them. You need to be responding to those reviews as well. Build authority with FAQs. So it's really important that you understand that people are looking for answers to their questions. You can build those on your website, and you should be. You can also build them into Google Business Profiles, where they give you the opportunity to seed it with questions and answers that people are commonly asking. So 3 easy steps. I would even suggest to you, it can be one easy step if you hire the right marketing agency. Sounds a little bit selfish for me to present that to you, but it's not, because I see so many dental practices struggle with trying to do these things themselves and are inconsistent. And that's what we're here to do. We help dental practices every single day get this stuff right. So let's look at what not to do. Number 1, do not chase AI hacks or rumors. Again, there's so much noise. There's so much buzz about this. If you followed the advice that you heard right now from the biggest names in the marketplace, and again, I'm in professional development all the time. I'm on the cutting edge. I'm hearing what the experts are saying. The thing is that there's so many different types of businesses, and oftentimes the experts are talking about businesses that are they're talking about global businesses. They're talking about the Apples. They're talking about the Microsofts. They're talking about big businesses that in reality are very different from a local business. And so the AI hacks or the AI sky is falling advice that they're talking about related to SEO drying up, which it's not, do not apply to most local businesses, at least not yet, and not for the foreseeable future. So don't chase AI hacks, and I'll explain why in a second. Don't ignore SEO, search engine optimization, and don't abandon proven SEO. You need to be doing search engine optimization as a dental practice. If you're not investing well, if you're not moving up the rankings consistently, if you don't understand the reporting, if you are investing in it and your current agency is sending you gobbledygook reports that are not presented in layman's terms that help you understand, okay, what am I investing in? What's been done and what are the results? Then you need to talk to me. I would love to give you a free report. I'll actually do some homework for you to help you understand where you are today. And if you feel compelled, I would love to have my team and I serve you in that manner. Next, don't pay for sketchy AI ranking. There's businesses out there that, because of all the hype, they are jumping on the AI bandwagon as marketers. And that's okay. I've been on the AI bandwagon for a long time. We use AI to support our efforts because it can help us be more effective and more efficient in how we serve our clients and create content and do so many aspects of it. And some of the tools we have AI baked in to help us do our job, just like some dental practice management tools are starting to get it. Even some diagnostic tools are starting to get it in dental practices. It's there as a tool to help us serve our clients and patients better. But don't fall for sketchy AI ranking services that say they can get you ranking on the AI engines. Just like there were sketchy SEO services, now there's sketchy AI services. So don't fall for them. So here's your action plan for practices. I talked about 3 things before, but here's the down to earth. Here are the things that you have to be doing now. Number 1, you need to audit your website for clarity and trust. You need to audit it for technical aspects as well, because that's going to affect your SEO rankings, but also your search engine, your AI search results. And you need to update your listings and contact info. Make sure it's consistent across Google business profiles and all of the directories. You need to add FAQs, frequently asked questions, for each service. They need to be on every single page, service page. You need to have an FAQ section on your website, and you need to be building these out in Google business profiles. You need to review your Google business profile optimizations regularly. That means monthly, if not more frequently. Google is constantly changing Google business profiles. Things that didn't exist there before now exist. And again, if you're not pulling these levers to the benefit of your dental practice, then you're leaving money on the table and you're sending potential prospective patients to your competition. And you don't want to do that, because you are the best at what you do. And you want to be investing in proven SEO right now. There's a saying that when is the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago, right? Because when you want the tree, you want the tree, you want the fruit. When was the best time to invest in proven SEO strategies? 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But if you haven't, then today is that day. You have to invest in proven SEO strategies, because not only is it going to serve you well in the immediate time frame, but it's also going to serve you well as things continue to grow. So some final takeaways. AI traffic is an opportunity. However, focus on SEO best practices now. Again, I showed you the statistics, live statistics from websites that show you that AI traffic is growing at a quick rate, but it's minute. It's so small compared to if you have your organic rankings going really well through SEO best practices. So focus on what's going to get you traffic and new patients now, but also understand that the SEO best practices augmented with AI search result best practices is where it's at. And that's what we do for clients. Focus on clarity, authority, and updates. Keep information fresh, keep it valuable. It's all about creating content of value. And Dental Marketing Heroes, DMH, can help. We do free audits for our prospective clients. So if you'd like a free audit, please reach out to me. I would love to do that for you. First of all, it gives you incredible information, totally free. Why do I do that? Because I love helping dental practices thrive. I love helping dental owners thrive. And the only way that you can do that is by investing in marketing strategically, consistently, and doing the right things at the right time to attract the right patients. So the dental marketing difference. Let me just share a few things about us. Why dentists choose us and stay with us. We're a refreshing change. We're not like the big agencies. We are a pretty small agency, but we are exceptionally good at what we do, proven by the awards we win. You can see at the bottom of the screen, we've won multiple awards consistently over time. What helps us win those awards and what helps create clients for us that remain with us is that we start with strategy first. If you don't start with strategy first, you will lose this game. And so we have a foundation of strategy first. We're experienced dental marketers. We are AI enhanced human beings. We use AI to help us execute even better for our clients. We provide transparent performance dashboards and reporting to our clients, not in gobbledygook that you don't understand, but in down-to-earth terminology that is relating, here's what you invested in, here's what the results were, and here's what you should be doing. We create custom programs for every growth stage of a dental practice, and we're specialists who know dental inside and out. We build systems that grow momentum over time. And we have real examples of how we've increased leads, rankings, and new patient and revenue numbers for dental practices. And we do marketing that actually works, and we can prove it. So this is an example of our marketing system. Starts with strategy in the core, has marketing metrics wrapped around it, and it engages all of the things around the outside that you see there. So what are you going to do? A great place to start is reach out to me for an audit. You'll see that on the next slide. But also download our dental marketing agency accountability checklist. This is a really powerful checklist just to get you in the strategic mindset of, are the people I'm working with right now, the agency, are they performing what they should be performing? And these are great questions to ask. Finally, book a free marketing strategy consultation with me where you'll get that free marketing audit. I would love to help you. And next, let's jump into, so just scan that QR code or go to the website, dentalmarketingheroes.com, and you'll see how you can book a free discovery call with me. Next, let's answer some questions. So people have lots of questions about that. So let's open up for questions. No query is too basic. Again, throw out those questions. So let me just see what we've got so far. All right. Donna is asking, will AI take away my website traffic and new patient leads? And I would say at this point, no. And the data shows that AI will ultimately, hopefully, if you focus on the right things, as I've talked about, will actually grow your new patient leads. And ultimately, it may or may not grow or diminish website traffic. We're not really sure yet, because if they can find the answers to the questions about your dental practice through the AI answer engine, they might go directly to contacting you. So there's pros and cons to everything. I would say, no, it's not changing it now. Will it change it in the future? We don't know yet. So the key here is to invest in what's working today and prepare for the future. Next, we have a question from Aaron. Do I need to rebuild my website for AI search? What a super question. For the most part, obviously, I can't answer that for every website because I haven't seen your website. But again, get a free consultation. I'd be happy to take a look at it. But the answer for most dental practices is no, you don't need to start over. You can focus on keeping your website clear, up to date, adding rich local information, reviews, FAQs, fresh content, authoritative content. One of the things I do find, though, is a lot of dental practice websites are just too lean. Some people think that clarity in information means that you shouldn't say much. And so this is actually to the detriment of the dental practice. If you don't share enough information, meaning long form content on your website, short blog posts don't win, short information about your services doesn't win, bad navigation doesn't win, poorly SEO optimized websites don't win. So there are a whole bunch of things that play a part in the website. And the best place to start is with a website audit, which we can provide. But then we also look at some additional things that have been growing over the last 5 years. We've been doing them for quite a long time, but AI answer engines are using these a lot more. And that's the schema markup. And you don't even need to know what that is, except it's back-end information about the content that exists on your every single web page or blog post. And so this is super helpful in helping that information show up in AI answer engines. But it's also, as I said, we've been doing it for a long time because it's also been super relevant in SEO. And so the very best SEO companies have not been ignoring that and have been using schema for years to help websites show up in organic searches. Phil has a question. He asks, should I change my SEO strategy because of AI? And again, I can't answer that because I don't know what your SEO strategy is right now. But if you guys are doing incredibly well from an organic search standpoint, then I would suggest that you're probably going to do okay as well for AI answer engines. But again, we don't know unless we audit it. So reach out, happy to do an audit for you. But I would say this, there are additional things, as I've mentioned, schema and some other things that will help you show up on answer engines. So they're augmented strategies. So it's not about throwing out good proven SEO strategy. It's about augmenting proven SEO strategy with additional AI answer engine strategies on top of that, because it's just, to me, it's another form of search, right? And finding answers. Let's see. Jake asks, what's the number one thing I can do this month to get AI ready? Well, that's a pretty cool question, Jake. I would say this: make sure your Google business profile is totally updated, totally maximized as far as optimizations, and then make sure that's done. Make sure you're generating reviews and answering those reviews, responding to them in a very timely fashion. And lastly, get on other key directory listings. Those things will help tremendously. And then lastly, if you're not sure if you have the right SEO strategy going right now, if you're not ranking well, if put it this way, I should have mentioned this earlier, but if organic traffic to your website isn't the highest form of traffic to your website, like if you're investing for a lot of clients, we help them invest in online advertising, even some traditional advertising and marketing, as well as SEO and a bunch of other digital strategies. But what we see every single time is that SEO will outperform almost anything else. The return on investment for good SEO is so powerful, so high, so valuable that every dental practice should be doing that. So if you run a Google Analytics report and organic traffic is not very high, like I showed you some examples of even some fairly small clinics and then some larger clinics. And if you're not getting 2,000 visits a month from organic traffic or 10,000 or 20, like, you need to look freshly at your SEO strategy because it's going to affect your AI strategy as well. Chris was asking, are there AI SEO hacks or companies I should avoid? I'm not going to mention any companies because I don't want to get in hot water with them, but I will say this: beware of anyone that promises instant rankings or secret AI tricks. Those don't exist. And quite frankly, nobody can promise you instant rankings on organic SEO or on AI engines. In fact, this advice has been true for years about SEO. Do not choose a company that promises unbelievable guarantees because they're simply not true. And you know it somewhere in your mind. Stick with ethical, transparent SEO and digital best practices, and you will win the day. This is a good question. Jesse asks, how do I know if AI is showing my practice to potential patients? What a cool question. Interestingly enough, up till about a month or 2 months ago, it was really hard to know how much traffic was coming from AI answer engines because Google Analytics wasn't really segmenting it that way. It was just showing up as direct traffic, which is basically any traffic that Google doesn't know where it comes from. And not only has Google Analytics gotten better at this, but even the tools that we use as a dental marketing agency in order to report, first of all, gauge, like, how are the efforts we are performing for our clients? What are the results they're producing? So those tools are now showing how much AI traffic is being generated. And even they're starting to show how you're showing up in those answer engines. Again, it's pretty fresh, it's pretty new, it's evolving quickly, but that's how you would know. The other answer is similar. Go to one of those AI platforms and type in dentist and your town, best dentist in your town, and see what shows up. That's the most rudimentary way to find it. And it's a little bit similar in how we used to say in the past, people would say, I'm showing up number one in Google when I Google my business, my dental practice. And of course, we would check it and we'd be like, that's not true. The only reason you're showing up so high is because Google knows who you are, and that you spend a lot of time and interest in that dental practice. So it's producing those results. And that's why you need to use an incognito window when you do those types of searches. Otherwise, which takes away your information. Otherwise, you're getting erroneous results. So hopefully that helps. Amy asks, will reviews be even more important with AI search? Oh man, absolutely, Amy. They are more important than ever before. AI pulls, as I mentioned, AI pulls information out of Google reviews, Google Business Profile, Yelp, a myriad of different platforms. And so if you're not generating reviews, it's going to hurt you for sure, especially depending on where those AI engines are pulling that information from. So you should have a very clear review growth strategy, and you should be implementing that and encouraging your staff to do that. Or get the help of a team like Dental Marketing Heroes. John's asking, will AI answer all patient questions instead of sending them to my website? For basic questions, maybe. If somebody's asking, what is a cavity or what is a carie or what's a dental implant? Potentially, yes, that they could get the answers just through Gemini or one of the other tools. But for treatment decisions, for providing provider choice, like choosing a dentist, for booking, patients still want real. They will. So even if your initial question is answered through AI, the human behavior aspect right now is that, and I don't foresee this changing because human behavior takes time to change. And we are all researchers at heart. That's how consumers respond and behave today. It's almost the same thing as, for instance, when people get a referral, when you ask friends or family or colleagues, hey, is there a dentist? Who's your dentist or who's the best dentist in the area? And they tell you, most people, and a high percentage, like we're talking 80 to 90% of people, will not simply call that dentist. They will research. They will Google that person, that practice, as well as competitors. They will look at reviews. They will go to the website. They will look at photos. They will look at social media. It's all about trying to get an understanding of who this dental practice is and whether it resonates with them. So I don't foresee that dramatically changing in the near future at all. Anne asks, how often should I update my website and local listings? Great question, Anne. You should be checking your listings on at least a quarterly basis because, again, there's information that changes. Maybe stuff in your practice is changing and you should be updating it there. You should be making sure that all of the directories and especially Google Business Profiles has up-to-date information about holiday hours and all of that kind of stuff. Consistency builds trust with both search engines and patients. You also asked about updating your website. Your website is not a static platform. It is the hub of all of your marketing, not just digital, but every form of marketing. And so you should be updating that on a regular basis with fresh content related that's going to help you from an SEO standpoint. And you should have an SEO strategy that's going to guide what content you should be producing. But you need to be creating fresh content all the time. Why? Because Google values it, AI engines value it, and people value it. And it gives you content to share on all of the other platforms as well. It's part of a cohesive strategy, holistic marketing strategy. And lastly, Scott's asking, can Dental Marketing Heroes help me audit or improve my AI visibility? Absolutely, Scott. That is what we do all day, every day. We offer a free audit. It's a low level audit to help you understand where things are at. We also do very comprehensive audits that are for a fee, if that's something you're interested in as well. But we usually find dental practices and dentists just want to know, like, where am I at today? What do I need to do to improve, and who can help me do that? And absolutely, we can do that. We can also guide you in how to make smart and simple upgrades with no panic required. And those are all of the main questions I have here. So thanks, guys, for asking those questions. If you have any further questions, like if you didn't get your questions in time, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Drop me an email, book a discovery call up the number. We are here to help you. Our whole purpose as a business is to help dentists thrive through strategic marketing. Thank you for your time today. It has been my absolute pleasure in sharing this information with you. I hope you found it valuable. Please don't hesitate to check out some of our other videos on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Again, I invite you to reach out to myself so I can help you understand where your current SEO is, how we can prepare you for the AI trend, and keep you growing and attracting more new patients all the time. Until next week, folks, keep calm and market on.